Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Fucking hat. She like the what was the dude who used to hang out with Curious George?
He never had a name. He was the man with the yellow hat.
Man, you the lady in the
He
yellow
never
hat.
had a name.
Get some spray paint, some yellow spray paint.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm fucking with it. Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Rap Delites podcast. What's going on out there in YouTube land, Soundcloud land, Spotify land, all that kind of stuff like that. Everybody watching and all around the tri-state area. Everybody watching in Atlanta. Everybody watching in Japan. Everybody watching all around the globe. Welcome to the Rap Delights podcast. I'm going to introduce you to your host. We're going to shoot over here to my brother. Look at him. He laying low. That's TSK1, ladies and gentlemen. TSK1. He sounds so beautiful. Don't you agree? What's going on, man? How your week been? Come on. Say something good. Say good stuff.
No, it is great. It's great. I'm here. No, my man Major Hype from New York City. He's a comedian he does a character Hector for Hump Day Wednesdays. All I want is the netto and the cool. You know, with no negativity.
No negativity. That's what we're doing this week.
Shout out to Major Hype and follow Major Hype at Major Hype on.
No negativity. So everything.
Nah, I'm great. I had the hump over here though.
Oh yeah, what you walked?
Yeah.
You walked?
Yeah, I was like full head of steam. Like I was like cutting through blocks and shit, trying to make this bus on Market Street. And by the time I got the 59th and I'm walking up and I heard that motherfucker, and it wasn't slowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to look to see if anybody
No. It's time to get out because they got a schedule to keep.
Site ain't no stop right there, so it went like 2 blocks.
Yeah. They had a schedule to keep.
And it's like, yo, I ain't gonna make it. So I just had this.
You had a good day though, because it's so nice out here.
I humped over here. I was
so nice out.
I was.
Well, it's a good day for it.
Salty.
It's a good day for it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could have been a worse day. You little salty. That's what's up though.
But I'm here.
We're happy to have you. That's your host.
Happy to have you.
That's your host, TSK1, ladies and gentlemen. We got my sister over there, Miss Smith.
Hey.
What's going on, Miss Smith? The Belizean bitty Miss Smith. What's going on?
You don't know Nan.
You don't know Nan?
Now you got me all hype playing that shit when I came in the studio.
You good?
I'm good.
How's your week go?
My week was testing me, you know. You like that black shit, right?
Damn on this shit.
For real? Oh, for real?
For real.
Oh, for real?
Shout out to the nerds.
I mean, you got the same hat on and shit.
The random laugh.
Right.
On some kid shit.
Yeah, she got a T'Challa necklace on.
Yeah.
People that don't, everybody that's watching, that's listening on like podcast audio, y'all gotta watch it on YouTube because you can see Miss Smith's outfit. She got like the T'Challa necklace on and shit.
You say this shit like my outfit is like some like buster ass.
Nah, I ain't say nothing like that. I just said that's what it was. I like T'Challa.
T'Challa from
Black Panther.
From Black Panther.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
And I'm the comic book motherfucker.
Yeah. Wakanda Forever. She got a Wakanda Forever necklace on. That's what's up. You look good.
Thank you. I appreciate
got
it.
The lipstick popping.
Appreciate it. Right on. Damn, you're trying to take me out tonight.
No.
I'm good.
I'll take you upstairs and Nikki will cook for you.
Thank you. That's all I want. Is Nikki's cooking.
That's it. What's going on? I got my sister over here. Come on, you guys squeeze over. Squeeze Mac over here. What's up, Mac?
What's up, y'all?
What's good?
Man, just hustling.
Just hustling?
Another day, another dollar.
Another day.
You hear that?
You know what I mean? Chrissy coming here, she be like,
another book, another scholar.
Coming, but she always here though. Show up, ready to go. Shout it, go for you.
Yeah,
you trying to throw shade?
It's me.
You trying to throw shade? That sounds fake.
But I'll be like, fuck it, I ain't going.
You trying to throw shade?
I'm just saying.
I'll do that shit.
We don't. What you trying to say?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, all right.
I'm just saying. I said what I said.
I know you ain't talking.
I'm calling out.
Not because we can't see when you ain't here. I know you not
calling out 10 minutes before my shift.
Well, shout out to Chrissy Mack, Educated Ignorance Music Group. Shout out to you. You know what I mean?
Yo, if y'all need a website, hit me up. I
Make
do
sure you hit up.
websites. I do EPKs. I'm doing specials all this week.
Little New Year's specials y'all to get 2020.
No, that's right.
So what you Grinchy Grinch?
Ah, I thought you never asked.
I say it right.
I thought you never asked.
Grinchy Grinch.
The Grinchy Grinch. I am Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouth podcaster himself, the moderator for the Rap Delites podcast, and I just have one question for everybody out here in Podland.
Oh, here it comes.
Are y'all ready to pod? Are y'all fuckers ready to pod?
Drum roll, yeah, let's do it.
I didn't think I would be, but I am.
You
I'm
ready?
shooting from the fucking hip.
There we go. So
I did not prepare for this show.
Yo,
just throw them at me.
just throw 'em at you.
I don't even know what you want to ask me.
I don't even know what
That's
I'm
the best kind of stuff, though. Right off the cup, right
That's
off the
really not.
That's it. That's it.
That's really not. That just sounds.
I'm that good,
It
though.
sounds good.
I'm that good, though.
That shit sounds
I've
good.
been running. I got my fatigue on.
That's really
That shit
not.
sound real good,
I know,
but it's really not the way it's
no.
done.
I've been running in the hood and shit.
All right, we want to give a shout out to Shaheem from the Wu-Tang Clan, the youngest member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Just got out of jail for 5 years. Shout out to you, bruh.
Shout out to Shaheem.
Shout out to Shaheem.
One of my favorites. One of my all-time favorite MCs.
Yeah.
And he was a little nigga, and it wasn't like
He
wasn't right from a little nigga respect.
He wasn't like crisscross. You know what I mean?
Well, what
No,
Jermaine write that shit?
Yeah, but he was still from a
writing
but
it
he
down.
was writing from a kid perspective.
Well, yeah.
He was a grown nigga writing from a kid
Yeah.
perspective for kids. You know what I mean?
But
The dude
anybody
was
that
writing-
was birthed out of Shaolin was done some grown
But
shit.
Shaheem was writing. He was a little kid, a little nigga, and he was writing from a regular nigga's perspective.
he was just
not
writing.
through-
Yeah, he was just writing
you know what I
real
mean?
shit, and that was
You know,
dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shaheem.
And he's from the I believe it's from Stapleton Project from Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
Stapleton is the same project that I think Ghostface from.
Oh, yeah?
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, shout out to him. He just got out. You know what I mean? I'm always happy to see brothers get out of jail. And everything like that. You know what I mean?
Because we all know something.
Yeah. We all know what it's about. You know what I mean? Trick Daddy. Just today, I got arrested for DUI and cocaine possession.
Shucks.
Are you serious? We had to start off with the positive and then go to that. But I want to make sure, I want to let y'all know that we're rooting for Trick Daddy, and I hope that this is false, and I hope that he gets out and gets cleared of all charges. Shout out to Trick Daddy, man. You know what I mean? And everything like that. So,
Shout
The
out.
motherfuckers in Florida, they don't,
they
You
don't
too
fuck
old for
around.
that shit, though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Well, if that's true, yeah, it's like, yo, nigga, get it.
Yeah.
But you never
Call
know
a
what
fucking
like,
Uber, man.
Motherfuckers, like I
You
said,
should
I
call
just
Uber. They pull Ubers over too.
I remember-
If he's like, if someone then tipped the cops off or something like that, they will pull an Uber over if he has
But you
has shit on
But
him.
you said DUI. I mean, we wasn't there, so I don't know. And
Yeah.
I don't want to get long-winded about this shit. But if you
Yeah.
got pulled over, like, oh damn, that's a suspected vehicle. You know,
Yeah,
I
driving
suspect
crazy.
the motherfucker
You're
from
right,
driving.
you're
You know,
right,
and
yeah.
then they do an illegal search.
Illegal
Yeah.
search.
And
Cool J.
every nigga behind driving a vehicle in America.
Yeah.
So. You know what I mean? That might,
Yeah.
Well, I just hope that it passes and Trick Daddy gets off and acquitted of all
Indeed,
charges
yes, sir.
and never
Yeah.
even charged in the case may be. Shout out to Trick, you know what I mean? Did y'all motherfuckers, I know we ain't gonna get long-winded like this. Did y'all motherfuckers see Jay-Z and Beyonce at the Golden Globes?
I do.
I didn't even know, and I'm a movie dude,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know it was on, and I forgot about it, and I was like sitting down here just watching movies or whatever like that, and then somebody had posted something on Facebook, and I'm like, damn, the Golden Globes is on, and I like,
But I typically like to watch it. I typically watch it.
They be in there getting rich.
Yeah.
So I'm watching them over, and I'm like, yo, they got, because I know she was different, the Lion King thing, or whatever like that. But then you got Jay-Z, and Jay-Z had to be.
Was she any good in that? Was she any good in that?
She's just a voice.
I heard she wasn't.
Yeah, she just did a voice.
She's just a voice.
What happened on the
Yeah.
show?
No, it's just funny because this is probably the first time on the Golden Globes that the guy that's openly said that he sold crack in the 80s that was at the Golden Globes standing around with the motherfuckers. Like, I was looking at it like that. That's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's the perspective of it.
Yeah.
You know, to use a big word, the dichotomy of
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Now, not to say that no drug dealers ever came to the Golden Globes. I'm sure been plenty of motherfuckers that sold drugs that was at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Drug dealers. It was in the White House.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, even
and I ain't talking about.
drug dealers.
And I ain't talking about Easy
drug
E.
users in there from the
Yeah,
80s.
drug dealers and drug
And I ain't
dealers.
talking about Easy E.
But I'm talking about the motherfucker that.
overall.
I'm talking about the motherfucker that said I sold crack in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now he's at the Golden Globes. Not only was the motherfucker at the Golden Globes, everybody at the Golden Globes was sipping Moet. He's sipping his own spade, his own fucking champagne. I was like, this champagne cocktails. I was like, yeah, that's the shit.
I didn't catch that though. I didn't notice that, but that's dope. That's decent.
That's dope shit.
Yeah, that's decent.
Everybody else, and then with that hair all over the place.
They can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what that is? Money.
Yeah. That's
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm almost inspired. I'm inspired to just nap my shit up.
Yo, that mother.
That's why I don't get heavy.
Hold your full flow. You said money. We gotta start with the money first.
Shady McGree.
But
talk about me.
At the baseline of that, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, shady. But it was dope to see him and him and her there, but him particularly there, like basically putting his dick on the table, like because I mean he was in there.
That's what it is.
And that nigga, he like,
that's
and
what
you
it
think
is.
about it, this is Hollywood. You got people like Brad Pitt in the audience and people like I don't know. I know Brad Pitt was because Leonardo DiCaprio and all that kind of stuff. These are Hollywood motherfuckers. He got way more money than all of them.
So did you hear how everybody came after Beyonce after the whole
when he
thing?
didn't clap,
because she didn't give a standing ovation to Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, she couldn't listen. She couldn't get up in that dress.
Yeah.
After she sat down in that motherfucking dress, did you see that dress she had on? After she sat down in that fucking dress, she wasn't getting back the fuck up unless they awarded her. The only way she was getting up out of that seat is if they gave her a motherfucking award.
Exactly.
That was it. She wasn't gonna stand up in that. That shit was like she looked like a mermaid.
You gonna put up a picture?
Yeah, I'll put up a picture. Yeah. You'll see it. They'll see it. They'll see it definitely. But shout out to Jay. Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to Ace of Spades.
Blue Ivy, she had a birthday. Why do I know all this?
Why do you know Blue Ivy's birthday?
Because it was everywhere. The shit was everywhere.
I know that they had pictures.
She probably went.
Yeah, you went to the birthday. Or at least sent her a gift. She sent her a gift.
She sent my gift.
The gift wrap cost more than the present.
She got her Blue Ivy nails. She got her Blue Ivy nails and shit.
I'm a stalker. I'm a stalker fan. No, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about it.
I ain't heard nothing about that shit.
Yeah, I
heard about it.
Maybe that's some
But congratulations. Congratulations
to Blue Ivy and everything like that. And congratulations to your mom and dad for showing your ass at the Golden Globes in front of all those white folks.
Being drug dealers in the 80s.
Being drug dealers in the 80s.
That's what we're congratulating for right now. I'm trying to find out.
You don't flaunt that new money.
What are we? Okay.
I'm not congratulating him for that. It was just funny to see that in the room.
Flaunt that new money.
Because that nigga came from where we came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
That's like
that's the blueprint.
remember when Chris Rock hosted one of them big I forget which one it was.
I think it was Oscars. He didn't he do the Oscars?
It was one of them joints,
Yeah,
and he was too black for them.
Yeah, he was too black for TV.
That's why they got Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
And I fuck with Ricky Gervais, but he's white.
Yeah, and he not even like he's British.
Yeah. I think that's still
Yeah, he like James
white?
Bond. Yeah, that was definitely still fucking right. I'm just saying that he's not American. He's not like Jimmy Fallon or some fucking body. You know what I mean? But shout out to Jay-Z, the crack dealer at the Golden Globes. Did y'all see the wax figure for Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see that shit?
I only saw the picture of it.
Yeah, that's all you need to see.
Yeah, that's all. I didn't go to no links. I didn't want to see more.
Me neither. I was saying I didn't go click on no shit.
I was like,
that shit looked like fucking like a manimal.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was strong.
Yeah, it
That motherfucker like a predator.
It does.
No, that motherfucker looked like a Terminator.
Yeah, it was like grotesque.
Terminator 2.
It was like grotesque.
Remember when in Thriller, when he was transitioning into
the werewolf?
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
If I was Nicki, I wouldn't have co-signed that at all. Like, it was terrible. That does nothing for her legacy or like.
No.
Did you see
Nobody
that
will be
shit,
taking
Pat?
pictures with that.
That shit was terrible.
Nobody will be taking pictures with that anymore.
No, they was just actually people was taking pictures of it. They were just taking pictures with the butt.
Of course.
That's crazy.
For real?
Yeah.
You're not just being funny.
Nah, I'm not just being funny.
He could be.
This ain't just being hot.
He could be snarky.
This ain't hyperbole. This is really. This really happened.
Real
Motherfuckers was taking selfies with the butt and all
so
that.
So you're taking a
like
picture of a fake butt.
A fake butt because they can't get close to Nicki
the real
Minaj.
butt is fake. So you're taking a picture of a fake.
Nicki Minaj has a real fake butt.
And fake butt?
That's your fake.
Yes.
You ain't know that?
Nah,
I ain't checking.
I didn't. People said it. and people didn't say it.
You ain't
I heard.
Yes, it did.
It's a fake butt. It's a fake butt.
No. The reason why I say that.
How do you do that shit?
I did like injections and stuff like that. Like I've seen fake butts before, like on strippers and video vixens and stuff like that,
and adult, performers.
Yeah, but I've also seen like with the whole fake butt phenomenon. People tend to forget that black women a lot of times have real fat asses.
But you can tell. You can tell. But the way that
and they can't.
I've seen some disproportionate girls in real life though.
No, I know you should be able to know a fake butt from a real butt.
Listen.
Yeah, you really should be able to tell.
It be injected in the wrong spot.
I can tell if I see it in real life.
But
on screen, it's probably difficult for me to tell.
No,
on screen,
I can tell.
Sometimes if they shove that shit in some jeans and shit, you might not know. And I ain't checking for unless it's like real dumb on the side and shit, and real stupid.
Yeah, like
right back here, the small in the back. It'd be like, yo, that ain't your fucking ass.
Like a friend of mine. A friend of mine. All names withheld, right? I ain't seen her in
Big Booty Judy. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I haven't seen her in like about 5 or 6 years or whatever like that. And so like I caught up with her a couple years back, and I seen her, and I'm looking, I'm like, you're a little bigger than I remember you was before. Whatever like that. And she had got injections, but what she had did the fat transfer, where it wasn't like the silicone or whatever like that. She got took her own fat from her waist and stuff like that,
and they would put it in
there, and then injected it in there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it was, I was like,
you would tell me off camera?
I'll tell you who it was. Yeah, I'll show you the picture. You remember her.
But not only did you knew, but you could just tell from looking at his face.
Well, I remember what it looked like prior to.
Okay.
And she not like, she like, yo, that thing look a little more plump than it used to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like
and you said something and she elaborated.
Yeah, she told me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was dope though. You know, whatever you do is whatever you do. You know what I mean? If Nicki Minaj butt is fake, so be it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Her husband loves it.
Let me clown you.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna clown you. That shit was like,
we gonna clown you.
It looked like 2 rocks in the back.
You can pay for it. Yeah, all right, but snicker behind you.
Yeah.
And ain't talking about no kids.
All depends. If I was dating her, I wouldn't snicker. I'd be like, you know what I mean? How much we spending tonight? Where we going tonight? I'm like, so you going to sponsor the Rap Delites podcast, right? You going to sponsor the Rap Delites podcast? That ass looks great, baby.
I took all that shit. I ain't saying nothing, but you look great, baby.
You look great, baby. You look beautiful.
That's why they keep doing it.
You look beautiful.
That's why they keep injecting.
Listen. Your dude don't tell you about your Lenny hats.
What? Listen, we like the Lindsay hats, okay? Shout out.
Like Billy Jack.
Shout out.
Billy Jack with the meds.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet.
No.
You know what I mean?
Bite no bullet on that. Come on now.
It is what it is, but you know what I mean? Alright, so we're gonna get into some how far along are we?
We're almost up to 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right, we're going to be right back. More Rap Delites, more Chrissy Mack, more TSK1. We're going to talk about what we've been listening to.
What about more Smith? Huh? Now, one time did I hear you say more Miss Smith? You do that shit a lot, but we're going to be right back.
Who's Miss Smith?
Get this brother off
Who's Miss Smith?
Learn the ways of the box.
Who's
Miss Smith?
That's right. I don't know this name.
What's going on, people? I'm Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouth podcaster himself, and you are watching Rap Delites.
Fucking funny, yo. Y'all missed it.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Miss Smith.
All right.
That is Chrissy Mack. I am Bats.
I'm getting primed the fuck up, yo.
You ready? You getting jigged
with it?
You know what I mean?
That was mad funny to me.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into our what's everybody been listening to segment as we do each and every week. We're gonna shoot over here to my brother TSK1. What you been listening to, TSK1?
First time I want to, a disclosure or disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
One of them motherfuckers. Both them motherfuckers. So about this segment, part of like is like a lot of what I bring to this segment is like work. I consider it work. It's like it's different. It's the difference between what I'm working on as opposed to what I'm really listening to. What was I listening to? I was getting a let out. if anybody not aware, getting a let out means I was listening to Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
I listening to Led Zeppelin, Eric Burden in War.
So you're a lead head.
I am. I'm very much so. Very much so. I get the let out, and you got to get the let out periodically. That's what that means. And a little bit of Black Sabbath, etc., etc. So anyway,
speaking Metallica, I used to be big on Metallica back in the 90s. I used to love Metallica.
I'm a Rage Against the Machine.
But listen to everything before the Black Album.
Speaking of Led Zeppelin, John Sharp always asks about you. Down Moriarty's that you were supposed to go check out Led Zeppelin or something.
Oh,
the cover band. The cover band. Yeah. Hey, how's your friend? I'm like, I don't even like that dude.
That's funny.
My fucking friend.
Real talk.
I'm talking about
it's factual.
It's true.
Factual.
But no.
Go ahead.
In regards to just want to give a shout out to some people like that I'm that we as a group as a podcast. As a team that we've been making contact with, and what I've been making contact with for this podcast. Yes. Shout out to Ray Foles. Shout out to Adidas. But I want to give a shout out to Pure Fact, Daddy-O, Intel Selective 1520. That's Nomadic Poet and Dramatic XL. Conrado Mulek, Pavo, down with Chef Mike from Detroit. Shout out to RJ Payne. Mm-hmm. Give a shout out to RJ Payne here. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yes. I was just waiting for Chrissy to clap.
I want to give a shout out.
I was just sitting back waiting for Chrissy to clap.
I'm going to give a shout out to Cool Kim from the UMCs. That's definitely out there working. Me and him was shopping for a minute. I also want to shout out Cy Rock. Mm-hmm. MC Cy Rock. Cy Rock Shyrock, the MC from Washington, D.C.
Shyrock or Shyrock?
No,
S.A.
S.A. Not Shyrock from like the...
Back in the 80s.
I just clarified.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Shyrock, female queen MC from Washington, D.C. I just want to give her love and praise and keep her in mind because I'm going to bring a specific feature of her music later.
Okay.
But not to be, when we spoke about last episode about making contact with Piff, mm-hmm. and that I owed him a feature. This is the track that me and him
hey, yo, check it on Darkness.
That we had talked about.
Tell him what the plug's corner is. Darkness.
This is Piff from Baltimore. Piff is from Baltimore. Baltimore. And this is a collab that he did with Darkness. Darkness is from Canada. Mm-hmm. He's French Canadian.
Like Drake.
I don't know. I don't know if Toronto is French Canada.
I don't know if that's French Canada.
But either way,
Canada, you can start all the same.
This is a track from Piff. I just want to give a shout out to Piff.
I know it's
really not.
I don't know. I mean, it's like motherfuckers come here and they like West Philly and North Philly.
This is a shout out to Piff. This is his track with Darkness, and that I respect what Piff was doing. Piff was basically was like not any different than what 50 Cent was doing with how to rob
an industry nigga.
Right. This is the same thing. It's like just basically how to touch people that's out there making moves by mentioning them, especially in this information age that is controlled by the production and sharing of data. Mm-hmm. So I respect Pitt for what he did on this track. So, but that was that. But I also and I'm gonna close out with this. This is to give a backtrack. It's Pure Fact who does production, does beats. Pure Fact, 21-year-old kid to me.
Because you an old fucking man.
I ain't no front.
Geezer.
I am what I am. I'm better, nigga.
Geezer.
So Pure Fact, 21-year-old kid from Serbia does beats, right? Did a collab with Intel Selector. Intel from Connecticut. They did the track Dynamite Soul. Mm-hmm. That's pumping now. I put the video. He just released the video for that. You can check that out on YouTube. Intel, both of them did a collab with Conrado Mulek from DC. DC is definitely doing they thing. You know what I mean? And this is Conrado right here.
Technical difficulties, people. We'll get there. There we go.
DC got some real MCs down there, yo. Mm-hmm. and you got and just as I mentioned, Cyrock from DC, Conrado Mueller from DC, both of them very enlightened and or has a high sense of knowledge itself. So I look forward to hearing what them in their own city can do together and individually.
Okay.
Hip hop is in a good place, you know what I mean? MCs is out there. We just gotta know how to look for them and know how to shoot the flare in the sky in the right place.
Yeah, they always listen. They always gonna be there. You're never gonna stop that. You know what I mean? The bullshit is gonna always be there, but the real shit is always gonna be there too. So dope shit. TSK1, ladies and gentlemen.
So shout out to Conrado Mueller. And you two ain't gonna mute us from rocking Conrado.
Yeah, we should be good on that one. You know what I mean? Miss Smith, what you been listening to, my darling?
Oh, it's been a horrible week for me. Just a mosh posh.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
My shirt gonna say mosh posh.
Oh, God.
Mosh posh. Just a just a mosh posh, a mixture of shit. I don't know. I've been listening to musically. I've been listening to Kate Renata.
Honda Sinatra.
He's like a DJ.
Honda
Sonata.
Hyundai or Honda?
You never heard
Frank
of
Sinatra.
You of all people, I would thought you listen to a lot of eccentric, eclectic music. You never heard of Kate
You
Sonata?
call me an eclectic. I'm from West Philly.
And don't stop.
K Sonata.
Kate Renata.
Okay, K Trinata.
Yes.
That with two T's?
Put the track on. K-A-Y.
Kate Renata?
T-R-A.
How you get that?
And he has a joint with Pharrell.
It's a dude?
Yeah, it's a dude.
K Trinata.
K Trinata.
Okay. At least the name came up.
Yeah. Midsection. That's the joint that he got with Pharrell.
Midsection.
Yeah.
For real?
For real.
For real?
He got a joint with Gold Link.
That's your people.
Yeah. So they
Gold Link and all those dudes. What was
real
the name of the track?
upbeat.
Midsection?
Yeah, it's a real upbeat. He got good beats. He makes beats. He's pretty dope, and then he kind of puts a lot of features on there.
Oh. That's what you doing?
I just been vibing out. Good vibes only type music. That's what it is.
Yo, you was getting dressed to this shit.
Music.
Yo, you getting dressed to this shit. That's like cantina music. You know what I mean? What is it? Is that what it's called, Ty?
What's that?
The cantina?
Cantina?
Yeah.
That shit from
That track is more like that, but all the other tracks are more hip hop and stuff. Yeah. I see you, Sam. I see you.
I see those hips moving, Sam.
So yeah, I just listened to a whole bunch of shit. I mean,
but that's the one that stuck out to you.
Kate Renata. Professionally, Gary V. I just been all over the place this week.
Gary V.
I've been in soul searching.
Oh, Gary V. That's my nigga. Gary V. Is my nigga.
Yes,
listen, I fuck with Gary V.
Yeah, so.
Gary V. I remember I used to work out the Gary V videos.
Yeah.
I mean, inspirational and shit like that. Do you ever fuck with Gary V?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah. You gotta listen to some of that shit. You know what I mean? He get you juices.
He's good. I'm driving with him.
Listen, eat shit for 10 years, then move out of your parents' house.
Yeah, and he be shitting on their college education.
Yeah,
he like, oh, you went to college? How many people went to college? Raise your hand. You're pieces of shit.
No, he doesn't.
I'm better than you.
What is it doing
I'm
for
better than you.
How are you making it work?
Motherfuckers trot out, they throw out that. I got a degree.
Yeah.
Gary V shit on all that.
Yeah. All right.
So that's where I'm at.
All right, cool. That's what's up. We got my sister over here, Chrissy Mack, Educated Ignorance Music Group. I already know what Chrissy been listening to, so I'm just gonna get her soundtrack together while she does a spiel or whatever like that. You know what I mean? What we doing? Where we go? Here we go.
Mm. 25th anniversary. Smith & Wesson The Shining.
Go.
This is one of my favorite albums ever. I listen to it every week, not just because it was the anniversary. This is classic.
In heavy rotation.
2-5. You niggas is old.
This was my shit right here.
This So this what you've been vibing to? Smith & Wesson, The Shining?
And you know what's crazy? Every time, as many times I heard this album, yo, every time I listen to it, I hear something new in it. Every time.
I think I expressed this to TSK1 one time, or maybe a bunch of different times, whatever like that. I like this. This out of the whole boot camp clique, everything that they put out is a collection like that. This is my favorite album out of all. I like this better than Enter the Stage. Like this shit was just, and I'm not going to say that it's better necessarily.
Right.
I liked it.
No, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because technically, Beat Miners they moved into a more crisp and clean and a way of production. Their production quality got more refined. You know what I mean, as opposed to what we got on Into the Stage.
Yeah, so this shit was just so cohesive and so it was working on every level. I mean, every song was just like working, and them two going back and forth with each other. It was just this synergy that was just like wow. So this shit, and then it was called The Shining. I used to love the movie by Stanley Kubrick, The Shining. I was like, is this The Shining? It just was dope. You know what I mean? It was a dope fucking album, and them dudes was awesome. Dudes are still awesome. I remember they did that song with Mary J. The remix,
and you could never it was like unless you was a fucking DJ. You could like they wasn't selling it for the public.
That's what I'm saying. Them niggas was just rapping like they normally. Not motherfuckers shit up for R&B tracks.
Right. They started talking love shit.
Them niggas, they was just talking like they doing their regular records on a Mary J. show. I love those niggas, man.
I think he kind of wrote the book on that.
Play that song. I love that song.
Play that stuff.
But yeah, I fuck with Smith & Wesson, The Shining.
Yeah.
And there's the thing about like with Smith & Wesson, you had the original heads and the original crooks. Smith & Wesson was part of like it was the introduction of the original crooks. You know what I mean?
Original.
There's a lot of history behind that because you had hip hop heads and you had
crooks.
You had robbers.
Yeah, crooks.
Not really. You had robbers. Right? Am
Shout
I
out
right?
to the D-Seps.
Yeah. That was a dope fucking album. Like I said, that I used to listen to that all the time.
Oh, I still do.
Yeah.
All the time. I still got my
Soundboard
tape.
Burial. Remember when Tony Touch he chopped that up on that Tony Touch 45 circa 1995. That was the shit. That's
we gotta do like Joe. We talked about the mixtape.
I don't even know what I didn't even know what you was gonna say, but I already agreed. We gotta do that. Yeah, this joint.
This joint was banging.
This shit.
You got
That shit right here. You know what I mean? Sam.
Every time they come to Philly, they sell out.
This shit right here.
Every time. They still tour off of this.
That shit, man. Them niggas was dope. Them niggas was awesome. Shout out to Smith & Wesson. Shout out to Chrissy Mack. Shout out to TSK1. Shout out to Miss Smith. What I've been listening to, I said Miss Smith, right?
You did.
Okay, there we go. We good. Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear it? Yeah.
He don't. He did. Thank you.
Listen, I'm
Thank you, Sam. Thanks, Sam.
keep fucking saying it.
Sam.
Now I'm just gonna keep fucking saying it.
Thanks,
because
Sam. I
she
thought it
getting
was just me.
fucking
I
nerves.
thought it. You know what?
Can we get into what I've been listening
Sam
to?
for president.
Jesus
you, right
H.
there.
Christ.
You. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Did y'all hear the new Redman joint? Or the new Redman 3 joints?
No.
Because he's been making an album for like 3 years now.
He has like 3. It's just 3 joints. That's the name of it. 3 joints, and it's just 3 motherfucking songs.
No. And each song you should listen to, like each one is like the length of what? Like you smoking a joint?
It's like 3 minutes. 3-minute song.
That's crazy.
So he has It's a Banger. He has slap the shit out of you, and Zugga.
So he remixed the beat for
it's like
the rap
just a little flip on it or whatever like that. So
that's what that was. That you just
that was the joint right there. Then he has slap the shit out you. Classic Redman.
When this dropped? Oh, this dropped yesterday.
Redman. Classic Redman. Yeah. Motherfuckers, I call him Redman. I don't call him Redman because it's one.
It's a name.
It's a name. It's one word.
It's a name.
Redman.
Pronunciation of it.
Redman. You know what I mean?
Now at night he could be Redman.
Yeah.
No, shout out to Redman.
Shout out to Redman. Yeah. Now I never met him before. I heard
Redman. One of the greatest MCs ever.
Yeah.
And you know something that's like me and Master Su would talk about this all the time. Now he would tell me it's like it's just this thing between Philly and Newark. It's like Newark niggas and Philly niggas. It's got to be this affinity between the two. You know what I mean? It's like you could go to Philly niggas can go to Newark and just be at home, and vice versa.
You ever been to Newark?
I have.
Yeah, you was at home.
I was.
Okay.
I always heard that about Philly and St. Louis. They can always go to St. Louis and be at home.
In St. Louis?
In St. Louis, that's what I heard. I remember when what you calling them used to rock with
We ain't got to take an accent.
What's the guy's name? The rappers from Richard Allen. What is their names?
Ram Squad.
Ram Squad used to bang with
Richard Allen Mob.
They used to bang with Nelly and his crew.
I remember that.
Nelly would say they used to be like, when you go out to St. Louis, it's just like being in Philly.
Except they don't dress the same.
No, they don't. So I don't know how.
The same as Philly
dialect,
niggas.
everything is completely different. I don't know how what
Philly niggas is dressing totally fucking different.
Yeah.
All right, so Redman 3 joints, and Uncle Murder dropped his album Don't Come Outside. This is Don't Come Outside Volume 2. This is Uncle Murder from the Wrap It Up. So I guess the Wrap It Up leads up into this album, whatever like that. And it's New York. It's stone cold New York City street nigga hip hop.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know what I mean? He got Tory Lanez on there. He got Benny the Butcher.
I was coming down the train. I was coming at 30th Street, right? I was coming down to get on the train, right? And I seen this brother. I'm like, yo. He was coming up. I was coming down. I'm like, yo. Anybody ever tell you he ain't hear me, right? Then he stopped at the top of the steps. I'm like, yo, you ain't anybody ever tell you like Benny the Butcher? He was real excited. He's like, no. I was like, you know who that is, right? He's like, who that? I'm like, you ain't heard of Benny the Butcher? I'm like, come on. I'm like, they everywhere.
Yeah, you ain't listening to nothing.
I said, Google them.
If you ain't heard of Benny the Butcher, you ain't listening to nothing right now.
You look just like that nigga. Got on the train and I seen a nigga look just like Sean Price. That's funny. I said, yo, he might tell you look like Sean Price. He said, yeah, I get that all the time.
He was him.
He said resurrected. So I'm thankful. I'm like, damn, this nigga know who I'm talking about. I felt great.
That's dope. So Uncle Murder got a joint. Don't Come Outside Volume 2. You got Freedom with Jada Kiss, Benny the Butcher. He has he did that shit with with Styles P and Conway. He got a joint with Dave East on here. It's New York City. Uncle Murder. You know what I mean? If you into that, if you into murder, kill. What you got, a Paps? I thought he had a Paps.
Nah, this one of them Whole Foods.
My fancy Whole Food sodas.
Whole Food, not Sprite.
Yeah. Sprite got bullshit in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to cut that out.
That's stevia.
Yeah. That's better than Sprite. You know what I mean?
Sugar cane.
Yeah. So everybody's collective. We had a nice little collective going on here. You know what I mean? I like the Shining though. Thank you for pulling that the fuck out.
You know what aspartame is?
I know aspartame is. Yeah, that shouldn't have any. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
We'll be right back with the Miss Smith TSK1 podcast.
Copy that.
We're still filming.
Copy that.
We'll be right back.
Rap Delight. Rap Delight.
I love this album.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bash. That is TSK1. That is Miss Smith eating peanuts. That is Chrissy Mack. What's good? Y'all hear about the Tupac, the automobile, the BMW that Tupac got fatally shot and killed in, was bought and fully restored and is now going for the pricey price tag of $1.75 million.
What's that?
You gonna cop that?
What's that? Some devil worshiping shit?
I'm good.
What's that? Some devil worshiping shit?
Or some maybe just memorabilia?
That's some shit like rich motherfuckers who don't know what the fuck to do with their money. They collect people. They have people kidnap people for them. Yeah, and that's some shit like that to me.
That's what it is.
That's what it is like. You got money to do that shit.
Money to burn.
That's some sick shit.
Yeah. Like with Michael Jackson bought the Elephant Man bones.
Yeah, no, I would have bought the Elephant Man bones.
I would say yes.
I'm sorry.
That's the same.
It's not the same thing. A man was fatally murdered.
It is for the same thing.
No.
Yo, why the fuck
The elephant man.
Why the fuck is that car being fucking restored and motherfuckers selling it for how much?
Yeah,
$1.75 million.
You know what you can fucking do with that fucking money?
You can buy a BMW fully restored that Tupac got
shot. Fuck buying one. You know how many motherfuckers can you give an education to with that shit? How many motherfuckers can you feed with that shit?
That's not the first time it was sold, though.
Yeah, it was sold the first time before it got restored.
Yeah.
Now it's restored. You know what I mean? Miss Smith, you not buying it?
It's just
Wait a second, hold on, I'm gonna keep letting him go.
Let him go?
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay.
You copping it?
No, I think it, like Ty said, I think that is some sick. I can't even think of the other word. I'm just
sick.
Satanic.
It's just I don't understand. A person was brutally murdered in that vehicle, and although he may not have died or succumbed to his injuries within the vehicle, it's still the place of origin where he was shot. You know what I mean? Like
it's like this society is this fucking need, and I'm not talking about just American society. I'm talking about global society. It's this fucking need to worship people. That's some fucking golden calf shit.
Wait, who we worshiping? Tupac?
Yes.
Yeah.
We worship people. Yeah. If you're not aware about it, you know.
No, we do.
Right. Exactly. It's some fucking golden calf shit. Exactly.
Like
what he said.
I'm sorry.
Hail Mary.
What he said. What that nigga said.
Mac, you buying this?
Nah.
1.75 million.
Nah.
Tupac, fully restored BMW.
No.
Nah, you not grabbing it?
No.
Nothing? You don't support it?
So I don't want no car that somebody got shot.
This is it's not going to an auction.
1.75. Well, it's already been bought off an auction.
It's been bought off an auction. This is the reselling.
Yeah, when they bought it when it was shot and done. You know what I mean? Now they just like restored it back to it. Like you can drive the motherfucker now.
Where do you post this shit on Craigslist? I got that. I got that caddy.
Nah, you gotta go there like them rich motherfuckers where they just
unbelievable.
Saying they little signs.
Some underground shit where they like kidnap motherfuckers.
Like you ever see?
They kidnap motherfuckers and they buying motherfuckers.
Like you ever see it with the remember that shit with Liam Neeson? That shit with Liam Neeson taking where he had his daughter and they was like selling them girls. It was some shit like that. Right. Underground like selling women, selling.
You saying it funny, bro?
No, I'm saying them dead ass.
Okay,
that shit. Listen. No, what I'm saying is like I watch movies or whatever like that, but everything has a base in reality.
Right.
Yeah.
It's embellished a little bit, you know what I mean, for entertainment value, but everything is based on reality. You know what I mean? There's nothing. People even talk about stereotypes. Stereotypes are based on something.
Right.
Yeah.
It don't just come from fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes from something. You know what I mean? So when I said that was dead up. You're not going to just walk into any average art gallery, even a high-end art gallery or anything like that and buy this. You got to be connected and plugged into that type of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So the person I could see buying this, I don't know if you guys, I don't know, remember his name. There was a young white kid, and he owns, he was going back and forth and no. He owns like a pharmaceutical company, right? And
typical.
He was selling the EpiPen for way more costly than it should be. This guy, but what is it? He had bought a catalog of something. I don't know if it was
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Yes, that's what it was. Wu-Tang. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And Ghostface Killer really took up the sword to like really go head to head with that cat.
Yeah.
They was doing like talk shows with going talking about that.
Yeah.
Shit.
So that's the dumb shit that they do. I can see a gentleman like him
purchasing that
shit.
Evil shit like that.
And riding through the streets of LA with that shit.
Somebody fucking.
I see him just putting it in like a environmentally, sealed and secured kind of fucking garage where he keep sick shit like that.
Crazy. It's crazy.
I wouldn't. I mean, even if I had $1.75 million, I wouldn't buy no shit like that. I just I look at it like on some like Graceland type of shit or whatever like that. I just don't like the fact that it's just on auction for everybody to fucking. That shit should be a part of his estate.
It should be.
It should be a part of like his whatever's going on with his estate. But there's nobody that holds to Tupac's estate.
Because his mom
is passed and everything like that. But I mean,
what about his sister?
I don't know what the kind of power she has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if something like that is not auctionable, But as far as memorabilia, as far as everything is concerned, his whole legacy and be a part of a whole legacy of museum or type of thing like that, I could see. But I put some random buyer just buying a fucking vehicle like that. That's corny to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have to say though, I don't even know if that was my family member. If I would want that with if I would want that a part of my.
But I'm saying, if it was a part of anything, that's what it was.
Motherfuckers are eliminated. You know what I mean? So they could just take shit and do shit like this. Notice I said eliminated. Motherfucking, natural causes. Motherfuckers
ain't good enough. You can't wait around for that.
Motherfuckers don't always die from natural causes. Natural causes can be, helped along.
Yeah. All right. So nobody here at the Rap the Lights podcast is going to purchase that BMW. That's a nada for us. Did y'all see the Eminem Photoshop picture with him and Tupac?
That's some more fuck shit.
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
I didn't see that. Let me see.
I sent it. It's on the group.
Let me check. I didn't see it.
That's some more fuck shit, and that's how they fucking still change the narrative and still our cultures plural away from us. Shit that we create and we create and we manifest cultures to the whole fucking planet Earth. I'm talking about the original man, black people, and the original man.
I did see that.
Y'all are because of us. Yeah, I fucking said it, and y'all change the fucking narrative by doing shit like this. Fucking photoshopping because technology allow you that motherfucker with Tupac when they probably ain't never fucking.
Nah, they never met.
They never met. I see some other shit like that before. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't want to falsely give it to Eminem.
Well, no, I don't think
Eminem's behind it. Okay, I just want to make sure. Eminem's not going behind it.
I ain't talking about.
No, is he co-signing it?
No, I'm calling him a motherfucker because he a motherfucker. That's the me.
Okay, all right. I just got to keep it on. I got it. Okay.
That's just how I said it, but yeah. I mean, I don't think he co-signed it, and he would be.
So he's just some random man.
He needs to fucking step out front and say, out front of this and say, nah, that shit ain't never happened.
Yeah. I know he said in earlier interviews that he would have loved that.
He need to say more.
Yeah, and that's you want to. I'm gonna let y'all continue because then I'll go on.
No, we good.
But that's my thing is like with artists like that or whatever like that. When narratives come along the board, I mean, he's quick to say something about Lord Jamar. Right. You know what I mean? But when something like that comes across the board, you don't say nothing. You don't check it. You don't like yo, kill that noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to do that. You know what I mean? You got to do that every time.
And that's why he always going to get a sideways look from me.
Them picky choosers.
Like I don't like we talk about changing narratives. Like when you start pushing guys Eminem's a great MC and everything like that. But when you start pushing him out there and he's up there sidled up the icons like Tupac, it's validating him. You know what I mean? It's validating him, and it's a false validation because they never
exactly.
They never met. And even if you did meet a motherfucker,
exactly,
that doesn't mean they was.
That's how they do it.
Look how many pictures they had with Michael Rappaport up there sidled up with motherfuckers. You're like, yo, Michael Rappaport gonna take a fucking. And we already had this whole conversation earlier in this podcast about Michael Rappaport.
Psychological warfare.
Yeah. So I didn't.
That's what that shit is, man.
But I don't blame M for the picture. I don't blame M for the picture, but I mean you got to step out in front of that, like yo, you know what I mean?
Just like some CIA,
shoot it down,
some MI6 type shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I got some literature. State is going on over here.
What the fuck?
No, it is.
Yo, mute his mic. Go to commercial.
He's carrying me. I'm about to pick my chair.
Mac, did you see this picture? What's your thoughts on it?
I got some literature, Go ahead.
That'll blow your mind.
Yeah. I'm just joking.
Mac.
I don't really have no comment. I mean, obviously he ain't Photoshop.
You gotta have a comment.
No, because it's one of those things where it is what it is. I mean, it's some bullshit.
He ain't actually do it himself. You know what I mean? He probably got a million things going on, like shit like that. It's like the least.
It's not the fact whether he didn't do it himself. Somebody did it, and it exists. And because it exists, it's going to influence motherfuckers. This is the same shit like we covered last episode. It's
influence.
We need the possibility of people believing that shit is true.
Yeah,
that's where the
people that believe that it's true. You gotta go after every blog, every paparazzi.
But they do that.
The only people that will believe that that's true is the new generation.
If they got a team team. Like Beyonce,
that's some Juicy Smooth shit. That's some Juicy Smooth shit.
Yeah, motherfuckers got that kind of power, but they only do it when it's detrimental to their career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If it's anything that makes them look positive, make them look kind of cool, they not going to check it.
Right.
That's the problem. You know what I mean? Because if it was some fuck shit that came out there about Eminem, you know what I mean? Him doing something, whatever. You know what I mean? He would check it.
Yeah.
And whoever his team is will get right in front of that. Like, yo, nah, that ain't never happened. Mm-hmm. Like when he was going through that whole thing with the LGBTQ.
Right.
They was like, nah. Even when he made that song about black women. Nah, that ain't what he meant. But you know what I mean? I need that same energy.
Right, because he can benefit from this. That's like that, you know. I
need that same energy.
But the thing is, let us clarify. This is not an attack. Now, I attack you. I do. I attack you. So let's just take me out.
Here's the thing.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Not to cut you. But it's just to clarify. This is not to vilify Marshall Mathers. It's not.
That's his name?
But he in the picture. And because he in the picture, guess what? He now involved. He's attached to it. So with the repercussions of what this possibly, it's the possibilities of what this means and where it can go. He has the responsibility to get out front of it and say, no, I don't endorse this. I have nothing to do with it. And I don't agree with it.
But here, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Of course, I don't like the imagery of.
Do you advocate the devil?
However,
cut that shit off.
This isn't the same thing as LGBTQ beef. You know what I mean? There's nothing offensive about the picture. There's nothing offensive about it.
I'm offended by it.
Like you can be offended by it. I mean, but there's nothing like. You are offended by it on the level of I am a true hip hop fan.
No,
this is culturally
negative.
Why are you offended by it?
It's a lie.
Why are you offended by it?
You're right. There's a basis in that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's not true.
My thing about it is it's a lie.
And I'm gonna call it for the bullshit that it is.
How many things do people? Wait a second. Hold on.
Yes.
How many things do people put out that are not true? And artists don't get in front of it or say, because some things are just like, come on now, y'all know. If you are a true hip hop fan, you know that this is bogus. Why do I need to speak on it?
My thing about it is,
what I was saying.
Exactly. Why do I need to speak on it?
I understand your point. I understand that, but that's why it's great to have these kind of forums and stuff like that, because you got kids out there, and the reason why I posted the picture and put it out to the group, because it was on a group, it was in one of those like groups on Facebook with like that. It was kids that believed that shit was real.
I gotta say, it's one of the best Photoshop pics I've ever seen.
And that can't stand. You know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of thing can't stand.
The responsibility of saying no. Stand it up and say
that can't stand. And I don't necessarily put all the onus on Eminem, even though it would be kind of cool for him to do that, because he would do it if it was something derogatory about him.
How far has this picture going though? Does people even know it's out there?
I'm sure they do. Motherfuckers know more than what they think they'll let on and know. Yeah. Motherfuckers know. Like I remember I was watching something on the Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to Joe Budden, and he was talking about when he had dissed Jay-Z, and people was like, man, I don't know why you diss Jay-Z for. He don't even know you exist. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that nigga know I exist.
Yeah.
Y'all just out here in the world and y'all think, I'm a nobody. That nigga know I exist. Like, motherfuckers know. They know. They be on. You can testify to this. Artists be all over fucking social media, scrolling, Googling their name, looking for shit, all that kind of stuff. They know.
And I said it earlier.
And especially if they millionaires and they got nothing but time on their hand, they know.
But should we be...
To lay foundation of what you said, like I said earlier, not to cut you again. I'm going to let you
speak. Go ahead.
I'm going to let you speak. It's your turn next. I'm going to say this real quick. That this is an information age and it's controlled by the sharing and transfer of data. When your name hit the motherfucking interwebs.
Yeah, but this is also the era and the age of fake news.
When your name is attached to it.
I am not going to speak on every single piece of fake news that comes out. If somebody has an audio recording of Eminem saying, fuck Tupac, fuck black women, and it's a fake, then that's something you speak about, not a Photoshop picture next to Tupac. That's nothing I'm going to, as an artist, come out and even bring light to.
I can understand.
So you don't have an opinion?
Who doesn't have an opinion? Eminem? He has an opinion, but...
No. You don't have an opinion about this.
Yeah,
I just gave you my opinion.
I know. I'm just like clarifying. Like, we talking about this. Why? Because it's on the table. It just happened. So we talking about this. When some other shit happened, we're gonna talk about that shit too.
Yeah. Well, everybody has their perspective on it, you know what I mean? But I understand what everybody's saying. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? But I just don't like the fact that I don't want kids. And if yo Sam, can I give me a close up over here?
Oh, can we get some dramatic music?
Yeah. We get a close up here. You know what I mean?
Let me get my violin
I don't
out.
want kids out there that see stuff like that, so see pictures of stuff like that, and believe that it's true. Do your due diligence, do your investigation,
Do your education.
Do the education. Eminem never met Tupac Shakur. He stated that he never met Tupac Shakur, and just so you know, when you see stuff like this, whether it's Eminem, whether it's Tupac, whether it's Miss Smith and Suge Knight, she never met Suge Knight.
Yes, first of all, you better put that picture up right here, okay?
She never met no Suge Knight. That was Photoshop.
Knight was like,
that was Photoshop, but she ain't gonna get out in front of it because she a big artist.
all in the videos.
She can benefit from it. She ain't gonna get out in front of it because she a big artist. I'ma say it.
She not gonna say that.
She not gonna say that.
You're right here.
You're not gonna say that it didn't happen.
I'm gonna speak.
You're not gonna say that it did happen.
I am going to
say nothing. You're just gonna fall back and make people think that you really was Suge Knight.
Check him out with the dramatic camera movement.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like, yo, you trying to get like for director cinematography.
So that's the case. We're gonna be right back.
Here.
More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Miss Smith, more Chrissy Mack. You know what I mean?
Rap Delites.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delights podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. That is Miss Smith. This is Chrissy Mack. We're going to get into the artist of the week.
Highest title.
Numero uno.
But I'm thinking though that you know.
You don't know nothing about that, Smith.
You're crazy.
You don't know nothing about that. You was
Special
a buck.
ed.
You was
Call
a
me.
buck. Artist of the week is Edward K. Archer. Born May 16th, 1972. Professionally known as Special Ed. Special Ed. The rapper, producer, best known for his song I Got It Made, Think About It, I'm the Magnificent, from his debut album Youngest in Charge, released in 1989. I remember when that shit came out.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Got it right here.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah,
Gotta touch it. It's like the wood at the Apollo. I gotta touch it. Woo!
Hold on to it for a little
Look
while
at that.
Spill.
It's amazing.
1989. Youngest in Charge. He was 16 years old when this was released.
With them ACGs on.
Born in Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York City.
Yeah, the ACGs.
The Jamaican Lineage MC released his second album, Legal, in 1990. The title reference track turning when he just turned 18. The singles Come On, Let's Move It, and The Mission. Ed was a later member of the Crooklyn Dodgers. Composed of a Buckshot, Mass Age, Special Ed, production by Q-Tip.
He also did production for
Junior Mafia. Junior Mafia. He did a lot of production for different people.
He produced, if it wasn't Get Money, it was Oh My Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of them, John.
So, Crooklyn Dodgers is a super group for the Spike Lee films Clockers and Crooklyn. Ed released his third studio album, Revelations, with the single Never Go Back in 1995, and he released a fourth and last album, 2004, Still Got It Made from his own label, Simi, and he had a cameo. And do you remember he was in Juice? He was getting in there. He stole when he stole Raheem Girl.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little motherfucker, wasn't she?
She shot a look back at right.
Yeah. She didn't he have a Jetta or some shit like that? He jumped right up in that motherfucker. Yeah,
yes, he did.
So TSK1, did you fuck with Special Ed? Come on, say it.
Yeah, man.
Sensational style. Yeah. I could go around and around for like.
Remember back in the day, like, motherfuckers like when Ed first debuted, right? And it was a video age. I mean, it was heavy in a video age. And a young kid's logic try to make sense of things. So I remember, at the time, you know, people was trying to make sense of his name, like actually implying that
he was in special education.
You know,
like Smith.
Right, just special ed because
his name is on my deep dark secrets and shit.
Because his name is Edward.
Hater.
Special, like Special K, etc. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you know, Edward's the shit. You know what I mean? It just showed that aspect of New York City and hip hop culture. You know, from the young adolescent's perspective as time was evolving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was that, like, he had all the dances in the videos. Like, and again, like, his videos, it was, like, except for, what was the joint when he was on the James Bond type shit?
Oh, that was a Mission. The Mission, yeah.
I Got It Navy, that was another cool video. You know what I mean? Everybody had the triple fat gooses on.
Yeah, they was out there in the fucking cold and stuff like that, out in front of his high school, because he was still in high school.
One of my favorites.
And that resonated with us or me at the time, because you know we was in school.
Yeah.
That shit was like real.
Yeah, that was always dope to me about that. Miss Smith, special ed.
I don't know anything about him being called special ed or equating special ed to his name. All I know was he looked good, he sound good. I loved him. His videos were dope. The dancing was immaculate. How could you not love anything that had to do with special ed at that time? Everything.
Curly hair.
And the hair. He had that whole. This is my shit.
The motherfucker thought he was Puerto Rican. I thought he was Puerto Rican.
I don't know if I thought that.
I thought the motherfucker was Puerto Rican.
He had the I'll Be Sure vibe.
He had the whole curly.
It was the whole I'll Be Sure type thing. So,
and then Black had corrected me talking about he's Jamaican. I'm like, Jamaican? I was a kid.
We were too young.
I was a kid. I'm like, it's like 89. I'm like every bit of like 12. I'm like, Jamaican?
He don't look like
no dreadlocks.
He don't look like Rasta Man on the corner. Exactly.
He ain't got no dreadlocks. How he Jamaican? You know what I mean? But he is Jamaican.
Yeah. So no, I love special ed. Love.
No. Mac, special ed.
You're gonna have me blasting this tonight.
Right, I was listening to it last night when I heard Under the Sun Week. Special ed, because you know I was a dancer before anything, especially around this time. So come on, let's move it. That was my
that was a hot joint. That was the joint they used to play.
It's hard to sit still when special ed come on, yo. I seen him not last summer, the summer before. I went up to Coney Island for the Video Music Box 35th anniversary, and he performed. Any of his dancers out there with me.
He chunky now. He chunky now.
He is.
Well, he got a little chunky. Everybody get a little chunky. Remember Sam was skinny?
I don't think I ever remember that. I don't know if I ever remember that.
You don't remember Skinny Sam? Yeah. I remember Skinny Sam.
Sam, I remember you were skinny.
I saw a couple years ago, every bit of 15, 16. So special ed. It was a small little venue in North Philly. Mm-hmm. It was like a private party. I mean, they were selling tickets to it. Anybody can get tickets.
Yeah.
It was like an old school show, but it was for somebody. Somebody had a private party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Special ed was there. Das Effects was there. Queen Sweet Tea was there.
Oh.
And
fuck with Sweet Tea.
Artist
of the Week, Sweet Tea.
Perp and Craig G was on that ticket too.
Okay.
So yeah, that was interesting. It was like, damn, got a time to see Special Ed actually perform and do his thing.
Yeah, I don't think I never saw him perform.
Me neither.
Remember G used to fuck with him heavy. Mm-hmm. George, he used to fuck with him heavy. He kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, like
turned you off. Huh?
Yeah, it was just like not turn you on, like you was over about that dude. I'm like he dope. You putting him somewhere. I can't.
Nah, he was like that though.
I couldn't get where he was at. I ain't talking about special ed.
He burst the bubble for you.
Yeah, I'm not talking about special ed. I love special ed.
You got the record?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I bought the record. The motherfucker borrowed the record from me and got hyped about it. I'm saying I couldn't reach where George was at. Like I'm like, where you at?
He was a borrowing motherfucker.
Yeah, his level of enthusiasm.
He was a borrowing motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Oh no, listen, no, he wasn't borrowing. He was. He was the type of motherfucker. Yeah, George, we talking about you. He's the type of motherfucker. He'll borrow it to hope that you don't ask about it again.
Ask for it back. You gotta borrow your own shit back.
Yeah, you gotta borrow your own shit back.
Yeah.
And then
we all know one of them.
He'll let motherfuckers hold your shit.
That's an instant.
Or he'll have your shit and he'll be writing on it or writing his name on it and have your shit. You go over to your house, his shit it's got a coffee mug on it.
It ain't nothing like letting somebody
on your shit.
That's all right.
It ain't nothing like letting somebody
hold
your
up
shit.
I let him hold it already. It's already fucked up. Ain't gonna get more fucked up than it is now. You know what I mean? But I couldn't reach George level of enthusiasm for it, but I did have a level of enthusiasm for it. I just wasn't on his level, whatever like that. And I loved when he came back with the Revelations album when he did it was like a harder edge like that. You know what I mean? And it was like this is when shit was really dark. Like hip hop was getting them deep beat bass lines and stuff like that. And Ed came back and he was still working. And then I love the fact that
Crooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah, that
I like the Crooklyn Dodgers. Yeah, Crooklyn Dodgers. I don't think I was fucking with Revelations, but when he came back, Crooklyn Dodgers, I was all over it. Yeah.
But I like the fact that he was able to switch over and do the production side because I know in the first album, Howie T, Hitman Howie T, that did Chubb Rock stuff, was working with Ed too because they was all a little little crew. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So Hitman Howie T was working with Special Ed, and he was working with Chubb Rock, and then I guess he was teaching. Ed was learning how to do production, and he like parlayed that and started doing production for people like Junior Mafia and stuff like that, and keeping it Brooklyn and everything like that.
And that's how I was back in that era. A lot of people, if you go back, you'd be like, damn, a lot. You know, I remember Ray would say that a lot. You know, and that it's about to be like boroughs just fucking with the boroughs. You know what I mean? You go back and like Queens was fucking with a lot of just Queens. Brooklyn was just fucking with a lot of Brooklyn. Yeah. With a few here and there.
Yeah, you had a few people that weaved in and out of crews or whatever like that. You're always gonna have that. But yeah, I remember when that was going on.
Shout out to Special Ed.
Special Ed. I know Miss Smith really want to give him a shout out.
I do.
I'll turn the music now. You want to say something special to him?
Yeah.
Here go the bullshit. Here go the bullshit. Oh man.
But you gotta look like Special Ed from like 89, 90. No, I'm playing.
Nah, he don't look like that no more. All right. Did y'all hear about the Neptunes reuniting and it feels so good working full time on production? You excited about that TSK one?
You wasn't a Neptunes fan?
Toski!
I wasn't doing backflips. I was in the bar and they shit came on, you know. I didn't like, oh, give me another drink.
I
was in the room. They lied. You know, I was a nerd fan.
Yeah.
But if they say nerd coming back, I'll get involved, excited if Spy Mob is involved with
I was more of a nerd fan.
Yeah.
Like that nerd album changed my life.
Yeah, that was
it was altering.
Yeah.
My sister played that for me in the car and I was like, yo, what the fuck is that? Play that song back. Run that back.
That shit was,
she was like, this is for real. I was like, this is for real.
Yeah, but that shit was on some next shit. Like
very
that,
futuristic.
Yeah, that shit was, and I remember when the album came. I'm talking about the first nerd album, In Search Of. And I bought it strictly for lap dance. We were throwing a party. Me and TSK was throwing a barbecue, and I just wanted that motherfucking song. And it was like $8 at Tower Records. This is like going now. Fuck Tower Records. But it's gone now, and it was like $8. So I bought the fucking CD. I'm just gonna listen to lap dance and everything like that.
And want to listen to the whole
and I like, it was just one of them drugs. I just like had it playing. Lap dance is the first song, so it was just playing, and I was like, this shit is good. Like this shit is real good.
1-2 sucker punch.
Like this shit is real good. Gotcha. Like real good. Then the cocksuckers came in concert at the Trocadero, and everybody was there. The Clips was there. Khalees was there. Spy Mob was there. Vita was there. Lee Harvey. Everybody that's on the album was there, but because nobody was big.
Yeah.
Everybody was just regular motherfuckers.
Ab wasn't on that.
Ab wasn't on that album, but Lava wasn't there. It was just Pusha, Malice, Lee Harvey, Vita.
I knew about that shit.
Yeah. That show was the Trocadero. The Trocadero is the shit.
Shout out to the Troc. They closed the Troc. Didn't they close the Troc?
I was really upset.
My last joint, I was there like 2 years ago. I think I saw Sid in there. That joint was off the hook.
Yeah, the Troc was a good. I saw Lupe
and Pusha T. Remember we were there?
Yeah.
I saw Pusha T there.
Yeah. Ghostface Killer, Lupe Fiasco, Saul Williams. Saul Williams burnt the motherfucker down.
Seen Saul Williams there a couple times. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But I seen like a lot of metal bands.
Yeah, I seen. Remember I took you to that joint, Horror Pops.
Was that in the track
when they was in there upstairs? The Rockabilly joint.
Was that upstairs?
I think it was.
I know who it is. Was that upstairs?
Yeah, I think it was downstairs. But we was upstairs.
Well,
we was sitting upstairs. We was upstairs.
Over.
But them motherfuckers was walking around with like chains attached to nose rings.
I remember I seen
like them niggas was hardcore.
Some metal bands in there, like Negative O was like a not a death metal but a metal band. I seen a lot of other acts there too. He's always always being in Center City.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You get over there a lot. Miss Smith, the Neptunes coming back on production. You here for it?
I'm here for it. Yo, they creatively they are unanimously probably hands down one of the best production teams when they get together. Like they push out some great hits, and I am here for it. What? Come on, how you gonna really?
This was the shit. Come on, I can't front on.
There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say.
This wasn't even Nappy Head Billionaire Hole. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mac, Neptunes.
Yes, I'm here for it.
You here for it?
Yeah, I'm here for
you
it.
You fuck with the Neptunes?
I'm excited to hear what type of sound they're gonna bring this time.
This time around.
Right, because you can't come back with that clingy
No.
shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be different.
Yeah. I really want to see, I mean, in my personal opinion, this is just Bat's opinion, doesn't have anything to do with the Rap Delites podcast. Pharrell needs Chad to balance him out. Pharrell's dope. He does his thing, and he's a dope producer, and he's a dope singer, and he makes great records, whatever like that. But him and Chad together were a great balance. Like, you can always do stuff by yourself, whatever like that, but them two together had like a little, it was almost like it was reminiscent of Yella and Dre in the NWA days, you know what I mean? Yeah, Dre didn't necessarily need Yella to continue on, but when they were working together, that shit they did on them NWA albums together was mind-blowing. Like, it was some shit that you never heard before. Like, the shit you heard on the NWA albums, you never heard before that, and you never heard after that. Not even on Dr. Dre shit. You know what I mean? Same thing with the Neptunes. You know what I mean? The shit you heard with the Neptunes produced, you didn't hear that on anything that Pharrell did afterwards, and you won't hear it again.
I feel like Pharrell held it down.
Oh, no,
because I can hear a Pharrell track, just a Pharrell track, or a Pharrell beat, and know that's Pharrell.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm not dismissing him. I'm just saying that Chad shit was more edgy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Chad shit was giving it more edgy. Like, let Pharrell take his clothes off.
Sorry, guys.
Let Pharrell take his clothes off and go for it. You know what I mean? He gonna be out there fucking around, and he gonna give you happy.
Right.
Chad ain't gonna give you happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chad gonna
give you some bottom.
Yeah, he gonna give you some bottom to it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping for.
All right.
That's what I'm hoping for with this whole Neptune.
And to see how their sound has evolved, like Chrissy said. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm not on it. I'm just like, all right.
You waiting.
I would like to see how the sound evolves, but I would also like to hear some classic Neptunes.
Yeah, I want to hear some classic Nerds.
Classic Neptunes is them being together.
Yeah.
The thing is,
what's the difference between
the progressive of sound, because they're still musicians. Like, what's classic Neptunes is just listening to their old shit.
Yeah, classic.
I feel like Neptune and Nerd to me it's pretty much equivalent.
You want to hear classic? No, this is Neptunes.
Let's do it. Let's throw it out there. Let's do a battle of the beats.
This is Neptunes.
Only 10 seconds. We don't want YouTube to mute us. Yeah. Motherfuckers.
This is Neptunes. This is Neptunes. Classic Neptunes.
Y'all gonna have me in my bag tonight.
That's classic Neptunes.
Yeah.
That ain't happy.
Yeah. No, happy is a different. You gotta understand.
That's Pharrell.
Yeah.
That's Pharrell.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying. But I don't even want this.
That's a much older.
But I don't want this. No, I want to see some other shit.
Because as soon as you start hearing that hollow, clanky ass synth shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because it means it means that like y'all just pulled out the old shit.
Yeah, y'all dug up the old drum set and just went for it.
No, like no.
No, because if that is their sound, that sound is unique to them. But let's see how they evolve. Let's see how they use that and how they kind of manipulate it and make it work for us now.
I hope they don't do none of that shit.
Yeah. Well, they probably won't be getting into any super thug mode or whatever like that. You know what I mean? But I'm here for it. I want to see what they're going to do. We're going to be right back. More Rap Delights, more TSK1, more Miss Smith, more Chrissy Mack.
Peanuts!
I'm Bats.
I'm Miss Smith.
And I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap Delites.
Now it's like they holding court and giving a lesson on the tech on technical aspects of how to fucking rhyme, no matter what they rhyme about.
Yeah,
talking about Conway and Benny specifically, and it's just like.
We're talking Griselda, everybody.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I'm Bats. That's TSK1. That's Miss Smith.
Hey.
That's Chrissy Mack right there. We just got finished doing a reaction, watching the new Griselda video, Dr. Birds.
Yeah, I saw clips of it, but I ain't see it till we just saw it.
Yeah, we just saw it.
That shit is fucking bananas, yo. I love that shit. That shit is like
directed by Hype Williams, the legendary Hype Williams.
Yeah, that shit like an acid trip.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Like kaleidoscopes and mushrooms and you know what I mean?
And when we was talking, I was actually like just telling TSK1 that I was glad that he got the chance to appreciate what these dudes is doing. You know what I mean? In his own time or whatever like that. You know what I mean? But you fuck with the video?
Nah, I love that video.
And you're in. This is our art. This is our resident artiste.
Yeah.
So and we all got artistic, perspective or whatever. But visually, it's like now dealing with somebody, an artist like Hype Williams, like shout out to Hype Williams, shout out to Griselda, dusting, knocking the cobwebs off Hype Williams and getting him back in the lab.
Yeah.
So they could now just stand there. Because everything, all the tricks, all the cinematic tricks is done in post. You know what I'm saying? And the colors and the aspects is classic Hype Williams. But he upped it. He progressed. You know what I mean? He showed what else he can do by just adding some color to a little black and white, man. I loved it, man. That shit looked good.
Miss Smith, the new Griselda video, Dr. Birds, how you feel about it?
I like it. It's not like over the top for me. It's not. It's a little bit classic Hype. But I don't know. I felt like it could have been
flashier.
No, not flashier, because that's not them dudes. You gotta understand your audience. And
think about the track too. I mean, it's a lot of joints they could have did.
No, you're right. But like I said, I liked the imagery of it. I think we talked about that on our when we were doing the reaction. I don't know. It's okay for me. It's all right for me. I'm not tripping off of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mac,
even though when we look like we was watching it, it looked like we was tripping.
Yeah. Like it's when you're looking at it, you're like, damn. You know what I mean?
Like, yo, I should have stopped at one. I should have stopped at two.
Chrissy Mack, Dr. Bird's video, directed by Hype Williams, starring Griselda.
Yo, shout out Griselda, Big DSF. This song is fucking fire.
The song is hot.
Yeah, this shit is like fire, sinister. Hey yo, fucking evil. Like yo, they should be doing like shit for like Marvel movies and shit. Like if the Punisher come back, they need to be like how they did with motherfucking Luke Cage. They bring the Punisher back. Gotta be all fucking Griselda shit.
I enjoyed the video.
That'd be wild.
I enjoyed the video. I like the change of direction. The art direction on it. I enjoyed it. It's a change of pace. I liked it.
It kind of reminded with the whole just. I like the black and white.
Yeah.
The black and white was really crisp and it really looked cinematic and everything like that. Yep. I love the black and white. I love those color splashes and those gun fucking kaleidoscopes and stuff like that. That was dope. It reminded me when we were watching when we talked about it on the reaction. It reminded me of like with old. When videos first started when he was doing stuff like in them little studios. Like it reminded me of what was that Michael Jackson video? Was it Not bad. No, not that. This is when that's when Michael Jackson went. This is like one of the earlier. This is off the wall album. Rock with you. When they just kept having the background changing,
the double exposure.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff.
Like the school picture.
Yeah. That's what it was reminiscent of to me. You know what I mean? With that background changing and stuff like that. That's what it was kind of reminiscent of to me, and I thought that was kind of dope. I was like, dang, you know what I mean? And they could have went all out. I mean, they just got signed. They just got a big, you know what I mean, thing with Shady and everything like that. They could have went all out and done some real, not flashy shit.
I think they spent their money much.
You know what I mean? Yeah, not no fan, but they could have been walking around with Ace of Spade bottles and you know what I mean, all that. But they
think that shit been done.
I like the simplicity of it because the song and the beat is like
it's a simple song.
Like to me, it flowed.
I think they did go all out. I mean, you don't get money, don't buy.
Well, no. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about all out visually. I'm talking about like as far as like buying cars and smokes and all that kind of like a bunch of bells and whistles in a video that they didn't necessarily need, but they could have did that.
It was very
didn't.
simple, but they touched based on everything. They had the video vixen, they had the hot car, the Tesla, they had the guns. So
they had bricks of cocaine with brick written on it.
Exactly.
Was that a Tesla?
Was it a Tesla?
That was the new.
I wouldn't know anything about a Tesla. Don't you got a Tesla, Sam?
Yeah, I wish.
He about to get one.
Pain and Freeway video.
They had the Tesla.
He about to get one.
He about to get one. Yeah.
About to get one.
Yeah. So I fucked with Griselda. You know what I mean? I want to see some more videos from these brothers, or whatever like that. My fucking man.
They ain't going nowhere.
My man Westside. What he keep doing that? You know who he like?
Yeah.
Like Benny is a dope MC. Conway is a really dope MC. But fucking Westside Gun is the flavor.
Entertaining.
It's the flavor. Like he's the sauce right there. You know what I mean? You need that. You know what I mean?
He like the condiment.
He
bring that flavor.
He bring all that shit out of them.
Like sriracha.
Yeah.
He wake that shit up. Sriracha.
Mucho hot sauce.
With Tabasco.
Yo, fucking Westside Gun is the sriracha of Griselda. That's fucking dope. That's a quotable right there. Westside Gun is a sriracha Griselda. That's a fucking quote. Boom, 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 boom. So shout out to Griselda.
Yeah, I'm a believer, yo.
Did y'all see? It was on the group chat. The Bad Boy for Life. Y'all going to see Bad Boy for Life? The new Will Smith, Martin Lawrence coming out next week. I think it's coming out.
Yeah.
You signing up for it?
We squadding up.
I'm not with Smith. She's probably going on a date.
No.
I got a boo.
My boo
I
is
fuck with the movies. I ain't been
on
since
another coast.
He left already?
I ain't been since.
He left 2 weeks. 2 weeks. My baby.
No wonder Ty shooting his shot.
He's he sensed the man is gone. Is that what it is, Ty?
He said, "She ain't got no man. She ain't got no man. How you doing?"
No, he's still around. He's just on another coast right now. That's all.
Oh man, shout out to my man.
Yeah, I haven't been to the movie since The Irishman.
Really? I went last night.
I know you, but you a movie.
Yeah, I'm a freakazoid. I went to see 1917. That war joint, I saw that. I saw Underwater, that Christian Stewart shit.
Yeah,
I saw it. It was all right. 1917 was dope.
Okay.
And then I saw that joint, the Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx joint, Just Mercy.
You gave it
how was
3
that?
stars, didn't you?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more the Michael B. Jordan show than Jamie Foxx show,
joint.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it was pretty good. Jamie Foxx was
You know,
I
Jamie
feel
got
like Michael B.
character.
Jordan only plays one role.
Michael B.
I
Jordan?
think he should have done something with his hair.
Michael B. Jordan. He's still like Michael B.
He
Jordan.
only plays one character to me. I don't feel like he. No, he's just. It's just. Yeah. If you look at Creed and you look at anything he's done, he's just always one-dimensional.
Warmonger.
I like him.
Killmonger.
Killmonger the same. It was Michael B. Jordan. It was
when I hear people make say stuff like that about actors and stuff like that. I blame the directors. Mm-hmm. Like, you're a director, you're supposed to tell that dude, yo, don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Unless that's their shtick.
Yeah.
And that's what they're making their career off of.
That could be the reason why they casted him.
You know what I mean?
That Michael B. Jordan. No, I haven't seen it.
You know what I mean? Like, some motherfuckers, they could like Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn. That's what he do. Like Robert Downey Jr. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
That's what Robert Downey Jr. been playing the same role since the 80s. Mm-hmm. He been Tony Stark since the 80s.
That's funny.
And he has been.
That's true.
That's the same way he acts in Infinity Wars, not in Endgame. Same way he acts in Endgame is the same way he acted in Less Than Zero.
And you know something?
And Back to School.
Not in my joint though. When he played the black bull.
Oh, that was the same
That
thing.
wasn't him. That was
That was
him in there.
But the thing is,
that was funny.
That was much.
That was shit.
Like, but the thing, like, knowing movies and knowing a behind scene, like stuff and what it takes and what a little bit of that, and what it takes to bring, people bring to a movie. Pardon me, that a lot of what they do, Vince Vaughn, Robert Downey Jr.
Your boy Ryan,
Eddie Murphy,
Ryan Reynolds.
You know what you see is not on a script.
Yeah.
You know they got the basic outline of what the character's about, and they basically just embellishing a small part. That's their ability and what they're good at. You know?
Well, that's Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn is a hella ad-libber. Like, he's
that's
awesome.
all it is.
I love
That's
to
his
just
whole
watch
fucking
him
life.
just go to work.
Yeah, that's his whole fucking life.
Yeah.
First time I noticed it, like, you know, it's just we see Eddie Murphy in his classic films. No director can direct Eddie Murphy doing what he did.
Yeah, no writer was writing that.
You know, John Landis wasn't directing Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly Hills Coming to America.
Yeah.
What was the
Trading
40
Places.
Hours, Trading Places, like that shit he was saying.
Right.
They wasn't writing that.
Nobody
can
has
write
the
that.
creativity to,
nobody
and that's what those other actors.
But they were good movies. So Bad Boy 2. You a Mike Lowry fan?
Mike Lowry.
I'm with it. I think it's the only time I can really like stomach Michael Bay when it comes to like Michael Bay movies. I can only do Michael Bay when it comes to Bad Boy.
We're gonna do a rundown of the track list on here. We got Bad Boys for Life. It's a short list. I'm gonna run it down, then I'm gonna talk about it. You got Uptown 2. That's the Meek Mill song featuring what is that? Farruko? Whatever. Money Fight, City Girls. What is that? Ritmo. Bad Boys for Life. That Black Eyed Peas, not Black OPs.
Hey, where they been at? Shout out to the Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
Let's get it started. Future Bright, Rick Ross, Bryson Tiller. Bad Moves. What is that? DJ Darrell featuring Quavo and Rich the Kid. What is that? This Spanish? You know Spanish? Nuevo. There we go.
You know it gotta have a little bit of that Spanish. You know it's in Miami, so you know they gotta have
Nicky
a little
Jam
bit of that.
and Daddy Yankee.
You Mexican?
1/5. Only 1/5.
Well, get that 1/5 out.
Nah, I can only tell you my name and ask where the shoe store is. That's all I know in Spanish. That's as far as my Spanish goes.
Me llamo Lavar.
That's it. The hottest Jaden Smith. Damn, I Love Miami, Pitbull and Little John. Murder, She Wrote, Buju Banton. Shout out to Buju Banton. Buju.
What did he just release from prison last year?
Yeah, we talked about that on the show, Rap Delites podcast.
That's right. Shout out. Shouting them out.
I was here.
Ritmo, Bad Boys for Life remix, Black Eyed Peas, Jaden Smith and Jay Blavin. They got they representing for Miami.
Why isn't Benny? Why is Zelda on this?
Why is Zelda on it? So it's only 10 cuts on there, and I think what they're probably gonna do is do like a theme. You know, how sometimes they'll do they'll have like the hip hop shit, and then they'll have like themes throughout the music, so it make it like a more like they give it more tracks. But for right now, just that's all the hip hop shit that's on there.
I just talked that shit into existence. Watch. I
Benny?
bet you a diddle da do
To a damn if I know.
if I motherfucking know. They gonna be on there. When this is get revised,
They gonna be on it.
Shit.
I'd rather them be in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Selling bricks with brick.
Like in one of the scenes, like Mike Lowry breaking too.
He's in a movie.
Which movie?
You gotta go back on IG.
We gotta
Get
look
the name of it. He's in something.
Like Mike Lowry, you know, they break into it. You know, it's a drug deal going on. And they in there.
Boom, 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 boom.
They in there making a deal.
All right,
So-
Smith, Bad Boy for Life soundtrack movie. You hear?
Sorry. So he could say diddle da do, but I can't say mosh posh.
That's from a movie. That was a quote.
I don't give a fuck.
That was a quote. You can say it, but you just kept saying it.
Listen.
You kept saying it.
Listen, all right? We gonna have dumb shit moments, all right?
Are you familiar with Quentin Tarantino?
Listen.
He was saying it as a quotable. You were saying it in the.
I was saying it as a use of the word.
No, during our intricate part of the
I was making
content
a statement,
that we were making. We're talking about
and
the
I'm telling you.
thing that we're listening to that week. Okay, I was listening to a mishmash. Just say what you was listening to.
Nah, to my
I mean, all right, I was listening to MC Light, and I was listening to Griselda, and now we don't need a montage in the second time.
Good.
All right, but Bad Boy for Life soundtrack. What you
I'm gonna check it out.
You wanna check it out?
I'm gonna check it out.
I don't know when.
I want to see what some of these new cats you were not.
They got Pitbull in it. Anybody
try to check them out.
Anybody fuck with any Pitbull shit?
Pitbull at this joint, I think it's the Fast and the Furious, the fifth one, Fast and Furious.
It's a Pitbull.
It's either the fourth or the fifth one. when they all got back together, when they really picked up the story after Tokyo Drift, then after Too Fast, Too Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious, then it was Tokyo Drift, and when they got back together, so it was Fast and Furious, which was the fourth one. It was is a Pitbull track in that movie. That shit is bananas, yo. I fucks with that shit.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. But yeah, I fucks with that shit.
I never really heard any. I mean, I probably heard shit of his. I just never paid attention to it. I wasn't fuck with Pitbull, a fan. Like you got a new joint out? Where can I get it? Like I didn't, but I'm here for the soundtrack, and I'm here for even though I didn't really fuck with the Bad Boys, the movies or whatever like that. But I did. I never saw them in the theaters.
Okay.
I saw them.
I think I saw 2 in theater. I didn't see 1 in the theater.
Yeah, I never saw them in theaters or whatever like that. And we actually talked about this on an earlier episode. Mac, Bad Boys for Life.
I've seen them in the theaters.
I've
seen both of them in the theaters, and I'm not really a theater person.
Yeah,
I don't really go that often.
Yeah, but
I'll check this out on Fire Stick.
Yeah, and I think I talked about on one of the earlier episodes when we talked about this, or it might not have been. I think it was. It's like now, it's almost like this fucking movie is ringing true in real life because, you know, in the movie Mike Lowry is like rich and got all this machismo and all this shit going on, and Martin, who's Martin's character? What's his name in the movie? I forget it exactly. We don't even know his fucking name in the movie.
Oh, what is his character in the movie? I can't.
You can't even remember.
I was about to say Tubbs.
Yeah, Computers. Scream Man. Well, it don't fucking matter. But he was like that dude with the wife, and he was sitting at home, and he was like,
sorry, Martin.
Regular dude. He was a regular dude, and Mike Lowry was hot shit.
Right.
Now in real life, you know what I mean? Martin Lawrence ain't as...
Is Gabby gonna be in this one?
I don't think so.
It'd be fucked up if she not.
I don't think she in it though. I ain't see her in none of the trailers. I ain't see her name or nothing like that.
That was kind of a thing in the last one.
Yeah, maybe she don't need to go. She don't gotta do. She like Gabby. Like I ain't gotta do no movies no more. Ain't NBA.
Nah. She's still listen.
She don't gotta do fluff pieces no more. She could just do it for the art.
Bad Boys is not a fluff piece.
It is a fluff piece. That's not really art. That's not really like acting. That's not thespian shit. That she can do thespian
when
shit.
When have you ever seen her do thespian shit?
She was just in what was I just saw her in something that was like some like really like not low budget but like independent shit.
I know she was in fucking
she was in that Nat Turner joint.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, she was in that Nat Turner joint.
The Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was her. She was in that shit.
Yeah. So when you're getting money, when your people's getting money, you can fall back. I'm just gonna do art.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So maybe she ain't showing up for the fluff piece. You know what I mean? But I'm here for it. I never saw any of the Bad Boy movies in the theater, so I'm gonna check that joint out in the theater.
I don't remember making a trip either.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can squad up and get out to check that joint out. You know what I mean? So shout out to that and everything like that.
Shit, you see everything.
Yeah. So that's why I'm probably gonna wind up seeing it. I wasn't in my bag.
What's really gonna make me want to see it is because it's reminiscent of a time when, you know what I mean, like when the Bad Boys were like when we were younger.
Bad Boys,
you know what I mean.
What you gonna do?
The Martin Lawrences and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Airs. You know what I mean. You want to be like,
that nigga ain't Fresh Prince of Bel-Air no more. That motherfucker.
You know what I mean.
That Will Smith is a bona fide Hollywood movie star. Like that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Did you see the clip when he did Brand New Funk?
Yeah.
That was with Sway.
Yeah. Like that motherfucker is a bona fide movie star. You know what I mean? Shit, his son is a bona fide movie star.
I like the slip in on the soundtrack too.
Yeah, slip Jaden in there. I fuck with Jaden though.
Twice.
I fuck with Jaden.
I think Jaden's a great.
Like that last album that they came out with, that was a dope joint. He had some shit on there.
I saw Willow drop something a couple weeks ago.
And I fuck with him. Like I saw some like independent, like low. That's what I said. When your parents get money, you can get low key independent movies. I saw him in like this skateboard movie, and it was kind of dope. I'm like, you know what I mean? He was really low key, kind of dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jaden Smith. Shout out to Will Smith. Shout out to Martin Lawrence.
Keep the money in the family.
Keep the money in the fam. Former Philadelphia police officer sues Meek Mill and Amazon over the documentary Meek Mill's put out. Now, I don't know if anybody heard about this, whatever the case may be.
I have not.
Did you see the documentary?
I have not.
I saw the documentary, and basically, it was a clip that they showed with this police officer. She was in the clip, and the narrative in the clip was talking about like corrupt cops and stuff like that. And her big thing is, any charges that she had against her, whatever the case may be, she was like acquitted of it, and like basically it was expunged, and it showed that there was no malice or wrongdoing on her behalf as a police officer. But this clip was still on the documentary with her picture up there, and it was only like a couple seconds, but it's still a picture of her up there during this narrative. Right. So it paints her as somebody that was corrupt, in the case may be, or whatever the case may be, right there. But it's a good documentary if you want to check it out.
It's a great documentary.
On
Amazon.
It was on Amazon.
It was on Amazon. Amazon. Yeah.
It was on Amazon because Amazon is getting sued.
Even though she a cop, Even though she a cop, I mean, we talk about this shit all the time.
I don't know if she's still a cop.
No, she's not a cop anymore.
She's not a cop.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But is whatever. Still a cop.
Once a cop, always a cop.
That is fucking true.
And I know some police officers out there that's, you know what I mean,
down by law,
that's doing the part that are the spooks sitting by the door. So, but I feel her. You know what I mean? Like, if that ain't me. Yeah, y'all paint me like this.
Yeah, y'all got my face up there. You know what I mean?
I mean, what you gonna do? What you gonna do,
Smith?
My thing is, if it's still public knowledge, it's still like, I mean,
I don't know the legal parameters, but
yeah. I feel like it could be a money grab. I'm on this thing. I'm on this this very famous documentary now. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, you knew that these charges were filed against you at one point in time, regardless if you had them expunged or whatever. You were in association with these crooked cops.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Record.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether the case was expunged or thrown out or whatever.
These were the facts at the time of this era. At this time, so you can't really like.
I feel that where she might be like, okay, I'm upset, but to go that route.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a money grab.
I feel like it's a money grab.
She might see money. Defend my character.
Mac, did you hear about this? Did you see this?
We all in laptops.
I haven't seen
the documentary.
I haven't seen the documentary yet. Is it still on Amazon?
I think it's still on Amazon. But you got 5 or 6, so you good.
Sam getting more cameras. So we get everything.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You could not, if I was to see this woman walk down the street, I wouldn't be like,
recognize.
Now there's one
cop right there.
There's one cop I do remember
from the documentary
that if I saw him I would know, but I wouldn't remember this person. There was like a quick, she wasn't even in it.
It was like a couple seconds. It was just like a clip of a clip.
Yeah.
It was a clip of a clip.
Like you were saying, when your name hits the interwebs or anything that is like electronic, transferred through electronics. Yeah, you know.
I mean, and it becomes public record. Like everybody that's
what it is.
Arrested has got a picture out there. And if something ever happens to you again, they're gonna use that same picture on the news. It's like public record now. Same thing. When we upload to the internet, it's public record.
Yeah, I don't know the nuances of that legal shit.
Right.
But we all know what it is.
Yeah, but my thing about it is, as a police officer, as a cop, you're sworn to protect and serve and protect the law and do your due diligence toward the law, and you should be trying. It shouldn't even think where you're trying. It should be a thing where you shouldn't even be in a position where you're doing something unlawful, or even being questioned that you were doing something unlawful. That's your job. You know what I mean? That's your whole fucking job, is to be lawful.
Like, we asked one thing of you.
Yeah, that's your whole fucking like you had one thing to do is to be lawful. You shouldn't even be in a fucking position to have to fucking. It ain't like okay.
Where is question? How is it questioned?
Yeah, you're public servant. It's not even a thing like, okay, a cop gets into he shoots a guy, whatever like that. Now we got to get ballistics and find out if the shooting was justified or whatever the case may be. That ain't what's in question right here. You were doing unethical shit, or you were accused of doing unethical shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that came into question. You shouldn't even be putting into a position like that.
Yeah, her case might get shot now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Her case might get shot to shit based on what I know.
Yeah, or she just might get some hush money.
Right, just in terms of an argument, because what I do know about court, it's not a lot of times, and money is able to pay for this, is to be able to argue the law.
Yeah.
It's not to argue the interpretation of the law, not whether you actually did some shit wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? They might give her some hush money just to get away or go away, you know what I mean? She could buy a car, get a new weave or whatever case may be, you know what I mean?
Look, listen, them lace fronts is creeping up there. They highly
They
expensive.
cost. But that's it. That's the show for today. Anybody else got anything to say?
Yeah.
Got any shout outs?
Mosh Posh.
No.
No? Okay.
Here go with it. I'll up your Mosh Posh. You know what I mean? And give you.
Come on.
There you go.
Hate yours.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. You know what I mean? Everybody ready to go home. Everybody ready to break out. We're going to give a shout out to my brother over there, TSK1.
Look at that studio audience. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Shout out to the Belizean Biddy, Miss Smith.
Thank you for coming. No, you right there. Thank you.
Educated Ignorance Music Group, Chrissy Mack.
Shout out to my whole team, DIMG, All Day Pain, PA Dre. Everybody I fuck with, everybody that watch.
Shout out to myself. Shout out to my brother Sam over there, keeping it steady. Hey, yo!
We would like to ask, the viewers and the listeners to take this time to like, share, and follow.
Subscribe.
Go on YouTube and give us a subscription, and get some comments, man. I know y'all feel some type of way about some shit that
we got some good comments
too.
in the last video. Shout outs to that and everything like that. Piff.
Yeah, I want to shout out to my homegirl Treese, dog from Marcoux Street, living out of North Carolina.
Marcoux Street.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to
Smith was a cool girl for a little bit.
Shout out to Rez. Shout out to our brother Rez. Send the greetings along to him. So, man, just. Like, comment, share, and let's dialogue, man.
Yeah, everybody. YouTube, Spotify,
Facebook.
Spotify is really popping. Facebook is popping, Spotify is popping, and YouTube is popping. Make sure y'all check us out on every platform there is. We're going to catch y'all next week, next go around. Rap Delites Podcast. Peace.
We finna take over the world.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.